Thanks for tuning into Stocks with Antonio. Man, what a day in the stock market for Wednesday. Finally, some green in your portfolio. Some of the stocks you're holding, you probably saw them going to the upside. And that's what we like to see, right? So if you made some money today, go down to that comment section and just leave me the comment M. But let's talk about it today. Let's talk a little bit about the market, right? Now, I am going to be talking about ServiceNow, right? Ticker symbol NOW. But before we get to that stock, right, let's talk a little bit about the market. The market's been pulling back, and a lot of people have been seeing some of the stocks, their ETFs, their portfolio, right, in the red. In the red, and that's not a good feeling. And a lot of retail investors, when they see that, what do? They panic. They think the world's ending. They assume the worst, and they sell off good companies on the low, right? And they don't take opportunity of the sale. And that's something you got to learn if you want to build wealth, that you got to be strong. Just do some basic research. When it comes to the stock market, it's going to go up and down, right? Stocks don't just go up in a straight line. That's just basics. So it's just understand that when the world with the world, right? Things can happen that's going to impact the stock market. Right now, we got the war, anything that the president says, anything that's said, right, from anyone could affect the stock market. So you definitely got to be paying attention to your surroundings. You got to be paying attention to the news because it will affect the market. Now, if you're investing for the next 5, 10 years or longer, these pullbacks are huge opportunities. If you're short-term trading where you're looking to buy today and get out the next day or in a week or in a month, you got to be careful. I started in the stock market long-term investing, and I still do long-term investing, and that's the best way to build wealth, especially if you're busy, especially if you have a 9 to 5. But hey, I get it. Some of us want to also make money quicker. So what do? I do both. I continue to invest long term because I could see how powerful that is. And I also work on making money short term in the stock market, right? But one thing that I love to tell people, because a lot of you are going to see on Instagram, on YouTube, from your favorite YouTubers to invest. Most people are going to tell you, oh, you got to invest your money, right? Just sitting in the bank account, it's getting eaten up because inflation, right? So they tell you got to invest, but a lot of people don't tell you exactly what to invest or they don't break it all down to you. And let's face it, your money's actually better off under your mattress if you're making bad investments. Because you know what, how your money, everyone talks about inflation, but you know how your money will get eaten up quicker? Bad investments. Bad investments, you lose all your money. So you don't want to be making bad investments. And if you're looking to build wealth in the stock market, the best way to do that, right, is going to be investing in good companies. There's a ton of stocks, there's a ton of companies in the stock market that you can invest in, right, when the market opens tomorrow. And if you're investing in risky plays and companies that are not profitable and companies that are not beating expectations and penny stocks, right? Not saying that you can't make money in those companies, but they're extremely risk, very high risk, and most people don't make money in them, right? And don't just take my word for it. Do some basic homework. Go ahead, use the internet, use your resources to fact find me. But a lot of times those stocks don't do well. And if you're investing in those to try to get rich tomorrow, you're probably not going to have a good experience and think the stock market is a scam and potentially leave a great opportunity for building wealth. So I would say start searching for companies that are growing the revenue, they're beating expectation, and they're showing growth and giving good guidance. If you can invest in companies that are doing that, you're going to see your portfolio start to do better, right? And if you can do some homework, you're going to see you're going to be picking better stocks. So I wanted to say that in the video because that's very important, right? We want to build wealth, but remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything that I'm sharing in this video is my personal opinion, and it's what I'm doing when it comes to me and the stock market and my portfolio. And also, this pullbacks we've been having, I'm seeing them as a great opportunity. I believe March is going to be when the stock market bottoms out and we start to recover. Now, I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong. It's just an opinion, right? Tom Lee said this opinion. I agreed with him. It doesn't mean it's going to happen because we never know what's the next tweet going to say. We never know what's the next thing that's going to happen in the world that may not turn us around. I'll get that in the comments. Say that stock you talked about the next day, it was selling off. To be honest with you, I can talk about a stock today and it could pull back the next day. But it doesn't mean it's a bad company. It just means that that's an opportunity in my eyes. Don't try to time the bottom. Right now, there's been a lot of great companies pulling back, and one of them is Amazon. Amazon not too long ago was $200 a share. Believe it or not, actually went underneath $200 a share. If you would have bought it even at the 200 and saw it go under $200 a share, even though you buy at 200, you know what it went up to today? A little bit over $216 a share. Look how much upside. If you would have just bought the dip on Amazon, you could potentially be at. After hours, it's already at 217. Now, I don't know what the next day holds, but if you would have bought at 200, even though it dipped a little bit lower, but look, it started to recover in tonight while making this video, Wednesday night, closed at 216, after hours is at 217. That's a lot of upside. But how do you take advantage? People ask me, how do you take advantage of that upside? Well, you got to invest. You got to have a brokerage account. You got to fund that brokerage account, and you got to put your money into good companies. And that's how you get those opportunities, right? You can't be out of the market. You got to be in the market. You got to be invested in the market. And that's how you get opportunities when they go to the upside. Looking for dips, looking for opportunities, make sure you're buying, right? And it's important that you understand you want to increase your share count in good companies. Now, some of you are going to be in different financial situations. Some of you are going to have more money than others to put into the market. But the best thing that I think you can do is DCA. That's how you grow your share count. You don't have to buy it all in one day. You buy what you can when the market's open, right? And you DCA in as you can. Now, some of you may be watching this say, I can't put any more money. I can't put money in the market. I don't have it. Well, then you got to find a way, a side hustle, a fast way. Right now, you can download Uber Eats. If you don't want to drive with people in the car, try and make 20 bucks a week and put that in the market. Find ways to invest in yourself and to try to build wealth. If you're watching stock channels, hopefully you're watching them because you want to start building wealth, right? So definitely continue to watch individuals that you like on YouTube, but also make sure you're doing some homework for yourself. And try to learn this skill set because honestly, the stock market could be a wealth builder if you do it the right way. And investing could be great to you and your family if you have one, if you're doing it the right way. See, everyone tells you to invest. Investing could be horrible if you're doing it the wrong way because you can lose all your money. So if you're investing the wrong way, you're better off with your money in your mattress. If you're investing in the right way, then you're better off putting your money to work for you. Because let's face it, we don't want to lose money. We want to make money. But understand that everything that I'm talking about does carry risk. You can lose money, and it's just my opinion, not financial advice. Now, let's talk about a company that I see a lot of upside. Now, it has pulled back quite a bit, right? ServiceNow has pulled back quite a bit. Now, it's a company that I don't have in my long term. I'll be honest with you. It's a company that I'm looking at. I did do a call option on it today. I got in and out because in this market, I try to do if I'm looking to make money in the short term, I try to get in and out the same day. So make money, but I'm not trying to sleep on anything because the next day, like I've been saying, it could change. Okay, it could change. But on the pullback, I have been buying. So Amazon, great opportunity. Netflix, I bought it. Man, it's been running up. So I got into in the 80s. I bought some more shares in the 70s and look at it. Over $95 a share. That's what I saw earlier today. But that's how I wouldn't have been able to take those opportunities if I didn't invest on the dips. So I'm demonstrating that to show you how you can build wealth on the dips. And even when I bought Netflix, the stock price continued to go down. And what did I do? I bought some more. So hopefully that helps you out. But remember, it's just what I'm doing. I'm just sharing my opinion and what I do for my portfolio. But ServiceNow, it has gotten beaten down. I did do a call option, made some money, but now I'm looking to add it into my long-term portfolio because I think there's a lot of upside potential, but it's still not in my portfolio. But let me go a little bit. I got some notes here. I'm going to go a little bit over it because some of you, this may be the first time you hear about it, right? So ServiceNow, ticker symbol, it's easy. Now, NOW, right? Go ahead, use that. Do some research now that you have the ticker symbol as well. But ServiceNow is a cloud-based platform that automates enterprises' workflow, acting as a platform as a service to streamline operations across IT, HR, customer service, and security. It acts as a single system of record, enabling businesses to replace manual tasks with digital automated workflow powered by AI. Okay. So if you believe in the future, if you believe AI is in the future, now I know about people think there's an AI bubble. That may be you. And this may not be a company for you, but if you believe that's the future, these are the companies that, in my opinion, are going to be the next millionaire makers, right? They're part of the future. They got a lot of opportunity to grow, and you want to get them on the pullbacks. And that's what's happened with ServiceNow. It's pulled back quite a bit. Right now, it closed today, Wednesday, at $113.86 a share. Today, believe it or not, it moved. When the market opened at 9:30, this thing was at $111.72 and went all the way up to 116 and then pulled back and closed at the around the 113, like I just mentioned. Now, the experts, not me, I'm not an expert, but the experts, the consensus rating for this company is a moderate buy. Most Wall Street analysts lean bullish, right? Most Wall Street. Average price target is $190 to $200. As you said, we're at 113, so a lot of upside. A lot of, even if we don't hit those targets, even if this thing went up to 150, that's a lot of upside from where it's currently at. So just keep those things in mind. A high target, right? It's 260. I don't think it's going to go up that high. I'm just going to be honest with you. Now, that's my opinion, but it could, but I think that will take a lot longer. In the shorter term, I could see this thing going over, if it continues to go to the upside, over the $120 and potentially get to the 150. But that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, I wanted to share ServiceNow, share with you, what the experts when it comes to their price targets. It's now the bullish factors. What are some of the reasons? A reoccurring revenue, right? So it's a reoccurring revenue model, enterprise adoptions. It's workflows automated plus AI integration. Okay, so that's one of the reasons to be bullish on it. Another one is they're doing share buybacks. When you see a company doing share buybacks, that's always a positive sign. And insider buying, you got confidence with people running the company, people in the company. They're buying the company. They're buying the company that they work for. They're buying into the company they work for because they know things that you and I don't know, right? So they know, hey, we're going to continue to grow more than anyone. So if you see the insiders are buying, hey, that's always a good sign. And strong long-term growth narrative, right? Enterprise digital transformation and workflow automations remains, a popular thing that a lot of companies want. Now, one of the things to be cautious, right? It has pulled back sharply, 30% plus. So it has pulled back. So you're probably wondering, well, why would I consider buying this, right? You believe in the enterprise workflow plus AI platform story, right? That's what you need to believe in. You need to believe in that if you want to be buying it. You're comfortable with the growth stock that trades at a premium. So it's at a premium and you plan to hold, like I said, for 1 to 5 years or longer. So long-term investing. So one of the pros is it has a strong recurring revenue. That's important. That's important. So that's what I wanted to share. Those some basics. Again, I didn't go that in depth on it because I don't know that much yet about the company. I'm going to do more research before I add it to my long term, but I wanted to bring it in because I did some basic research. I looked at the charts and saw an opportunity today. I've been seeing it go up. And I think, hey, this could be a long term, but I got to do a lot more research. I wanted to hop on here, make a quick video talking about the market, how today was some green. And some of you, that are new to investing, if you've been looking at your portfolio, you've been feeling down because you see some of your favorite stocks in the red and things like that. That's just part of the stock market. It's going to go down. The best thing is to understand that the companies that you're buying may pull back. It's not a reason to sell. It's a reason to buy some more. Of course, only you're invested in good companies. And you might say, well, how do I know I'm invested in good companies? Like I said earlier, are they beating their expectations? Are they growing their revenue, right? Are they profitable? Is the CEO of the company giving you, when it comes to guidance, what are they saying for the future of the company? Are they seeing continuing growth? Are they seeing the revenue to continue to go up? Those are the things you want to look for. If you're in a company and you Google it right now, and you see that revenue is declining, you see that it's not profitable, you see that their debt's high, Their forward guidance is that it looks like their sales are going to be decreasing. Those are companies, if that's what you're reading, that probably might be a company you want to get out of and get into something else. So do some research. Look at the stocks that you have in your portfolio if you're not doing well. Hopefully, you are picking some good stocks. I mentioned some great stocks earlier in the video: Amazon, Netflix. They were pulling back, and some of you were scared. They got a lot of things on the internet to, divert retail investors from buying good companies, right? But the people with the money, right, the billionaires and stuff. Google some of the billionaires that are buying Amazon. When Amazon was pulling back, and some of you probably were selling it out of fear, there were billionaires putting billions of their own money or hundreds of millions of dollars into Amazon on the pullback. Why would they do that? Do you think they just want to lose all their money and not have wealth anymore? No, they want to continue growing their wealth, and they know that Amazon is going to continue to dominate. It's going to continue to be a big boy, and that's why they invest. Same thing with Netflix. Netflix is not the first time it had an obstacle. They faced many obstacles, and one thing about Netflix, what they've been able to do is overcome obstacles. They continue to grow. They continue to beat expectations. They're monsters, right? And these are the companies that you want to be part of, and especially those of you that have Netflix, that watch Netflix. You probably know someone that has Netflix. Same thing with Amazon. A lot of you buy on Amazon, use Amazon, probably Amazon Prime members. So these are things in your daily life. Why are you not an investor in it? Are you not? Why aren't you going to benefit from their growth, right? So if you're using something all the time, like a lot of you might be watching this video and have an Apple phone but don't own Apple stock. Some of you buy a new Apple phone every time they come out with a new one and don't have an Apple stock. You gotta start recognizing, like, wow, I use Amazon all the time. I got an Apple phone. I have a Netflix. I'm on Netflix all the time. I love Netflix, right? But yet you don't own any part of the company. Start putting some of your money in good assets and hold it long term, and that will change your life. Now, if you want to get into short term trading, day trading, that is going to be riskier. If you're someone with little to no experience, I would start off with long term investing. That's what I did. Build up foundation first, and then get into shorter term trades. But first, build out that foundation. That's my opinion. That's what I did. So I wanted to share that with you. Help me get some likes on the video by smashing the like button. Let's get this video up to 50 likes or up to 100. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button. That way you're informed that every time I'm bringing new information on the stock market to you. Also, if you haven't done so, check out the description box. If you want to learn charting, if you want to learn the candlesticks, I got some useful tools up there that can help you do that. So don't forget to do that. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.